Hi, I thought I'd share a reflection with you today, especially as the entire state of New York and New Jersey and Connecticut all start to shut down in an effort to contain the COVID-19 pandemic. And so this experiment in social distancing that we're doing. And I thought I would suggest maybe a practice for you today that might help us as we center ourselves on faith rather than in fear. I thought I'd begin by reading Isaiah, the 43rd chapter, from the 43rd chapter. It's verses 18 through 21. Do not remember the former things, or consider the things of old. I am about to do a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. The wild animals will honor me, the jackals and the ostriches, for I give water in the wilderness, rivers in the desert, to give drink to my chosen people, the people whom I formed for myself, so that they might declare my praise. So I've been on the phone a lot for the last couple of days and talking to different people and listening to how people are doing. And I noticed that we're mostly in a mindset of how are we going to survive this? And I think it's a pretty good place to be, especially as parents are trying to work from home with their kids. And there's just a lot going on that we're trying to figure out and balance. And so it makes sense right now that that's where we are. But I thought I would invite you into a question. And that question is, what do you hope will happen from this? Or what do you hope that we can gain from this experience? I found myself, as I was thinking about shutting all these things down and not having worship together and all of those things, that this was a question that was sort of lingering in my mind. And I realized that it probably was because of my experience of fasting. I have done a lot of spiritual fasting along the way. And I was taught early on that when you fast, you're supposed to think about what sort of thing you hope to gain from the fasting. What spiritual question you might have that you're going to take into the fasting to explore. You don't just say, oh, I'm going to fast because it's a good idea, like sometimes we do during Lent. Oh, I'll just give up chocolate because that's what we do during Lent. Instead, there's supposed to be a question that you take with you. So if you're having a moment of discernment or a time of trying to figure things out. And so I was thinking about this intentional sort of shutting down of everything as an enforced fast in a way. So what if we took it that way and then asked the question of ourselves, what do I hope will come out of this fast? What way can I grow, or what way can the community grow by this time of intentional shutting things down? I chose the Isaiah passage because in it, God is telling us there's new things happening and asks us, don't you see it? Do you see the little things? And then God goes on to point out the ways that the desert itself is beginning to bloom, or that there's water gushing forth. These are things that we would otherwise miss because we're too busy just trying to get through the desert. But God invites us to sit and look and see what new sorts of things God is up to. And so I invite you into that same practice during this time, this desert of time where we're not sure what will be and we just want to get through it. But maybe God is inviting us into something new. And so I invite you into that as well. I pray that that as you watch this, that you are doing all right, and that you know that God is with you.